depending on how much the hammer gets online, Waelpro could do quite well in this matchup.
Yeah, and we're already seeing that they're kind of starting off with this Mega Man pick, like you mentioned. So it's gonna be interesting to see this Mega Man versus the Thor. You know, one thing I know about Waelpro is I kind of know him for that Dusk, but one thing I know him for as well too is the Red Raptor. So that Boots is gonna come into play. The Boots experience, the Boots knowledge is gonna come into play in this matchup here. So I wonder, maybe are we gonna be seeing possibly that Red Raptor versus the VDV perhaps coming down later along the line? But I'm not gonna worry about the future. Let's worry about this game ahead right now, because Pika does have a little bit of a damage lead right now, but still trying to rack up some damage. Waelpro looking to answer back, gets that recovery, goes for the scoop, doesn't connect with the scoop though. Pika is controlling the stage a little bit here, kind of dancing around, just trying to bob and weave through Waelpro here. Lands the side stage, sends him far away off stage, now picks up the boots. Nice GCN line, able to send him off stage once again. Going for the ground pound, doesn't connect though. Side charging that D-Sig. Nice ground pound, huge with the weapon throw, and just like that, first stock is gone. Pika is starting off this game with a pretty good lead here, Jaguar.
Yeah, absolutely. Really nice stock to see. I'm just getting a lot of I think a lot of it was more of some of it was a bit of Waelpro's errors. Was helped a lot with this, but right now Pika also showing it on their own, like getting a lot of stuff coming off, like just really going a lot on Waelpro here to get that. Finally, that the orb comes online. Not able to get too much more off Waelpro is, but we have that. The Sig does not connect, so it's hits with Dare.
What happened?
Oh.
I guess some technical difficulties, perhaps. It seemed like Waelpro could have made that one back, but it just seemed like maybe some lag came in, perhaps, and they got disconnected somehow. Oh, you do not want to punish that. You do not want to be punishing that D-Sig on VV, man. Those hit.
It's a trap.
It's legit a trap.
Admiral Akbar. You need the Admiral Akbar VV just so they can have the It's a Trap line for that D-Sig.
100% here, but getting back to this game here, Pika is showing up huge. 2-stock lead here, but still, I mean, the damage is really even, and if you're Waelpro in this position, you do not want to be, I mean, getting 3-stock, but finally denying that 3-stock, able to get out that first stock out of there, now sending him down to the second, but still, huge hill to climb, 161 damage done on their last stock. All Pika needs is to just take off on them, and then they're done for.
Yeah, absolutely. Like there's that recovery. Will do it.
Wow.
So that's the first game for Pika.
Yeah, and I would say coming in from seeding wise, I believe Pika is the lower seed. I mean, seed 14 compared to seed 4 coming in for Waelpro. So, I mean, Pika has a lot to prove with this one. I mean, you're in the elimination side, you know, I mean, he's going to try to, he want to make this run. He wants to make this run into top 4. And this is the top 4 qualifying game. So,
right.
Huge matchup here. And in the elimination side, I mean, one of these players is going to be going into that top 4 spot. And this one is definitely going to be a hard one to call. But we're seeing a swap coming in from Waelpro, going back to old reliable Dusk. You know, the Thor wasn't working out. The Hammer wasn't working out too much. So we're going to be seeing this Dusk versus the VV here. The Dusk versus the Mega Man.
Yeah, I wonder if Waelpro is a bit more comfortable on Spear than on Hammer, because it didn't seem like a Hammer really came online much that game, apart from the of course the stops there to take the first stock. But that's just sort of a table stakes ready Hammer player. You get things like that, and that's one of the things Hammer's valuable for to get. So it'll be interesting. They do have the Death Star thing, so we were joking about like the Star Wars Admiral Akbar, but yes, they are running the Death Star orb.
Yep. So let's see how this Dust comes into play here. I believe I caught the level 70 something, so definitely some experience coming in from that. But yeah, Pikadagod showed up huge that first game, able to get that first game under their belt. But let's see how this game 2 goes. Whole different situation, because you're not on the Thor anymore. Pika's gonna have to adapt now to this Dusk. But starting off with that orb. Pika though, landing a couple dares, landing a couple hits on the blasters, just kind of dashing around the stage, dancing around the stage a little bit, trying to find any damage that they can. Nice recovery, setting up in the heavens just a little bit. Still though, nice little bit of lead that Pika's maintaining. Nice 2-piece combo. Still patrolling in the weapon, picks up the spear now. Just charges him with the end line, nothing more. Pika picks up the boots here. And I think, you know, that first game, which weapon would you say that, you know, Pika really shined on, Jaguar?
I think probably it was probably going to be the boots.
Yeah.
Like boots, we're seeing like it a lot more effective here. But now Pika's going to have the blasters.
Nice.
Catches the dodge, gets to the 3-piece on the spear, and the ground pound takes it. Pika
what exhausted!
does have recovery,
Whoa!
so does make it back, and the side sig will take it for a first stock.
Oh, that was such a nasty turnaround. Gets to exhausted recovery to stop that ground pound, and then land with that side sig as well to get that stock. Huge stuff coming in from Pika, dodging the recovery as well too. Man, Pika is locked in, not allowing, I mean, any opportunity for Waelpro to get any sort of lead. Honestly, playing this one as perfect as can be. Side sig connects. Oh my goodness. Oh, big steer though.
Yeah,
Waelpro has him on the ropes.
There.
Still, Pika able to snag.
It back.
Slide by. N-Sig. You can't sleep on those N-Sigs, man. Those N-Sigs hit like crazy. Great, nice ground pound. Able to lead to the knockout, and just like that here, Jaguar. Tied up stocks, but look at the position where Waelpro's in.
Yeah, Waelpro's at 130 damage, but does have the spear right now, so maybe that matchup will play a bit better.
Right.
But it goes right into Medisi to catch the reaction afterwards. Like right now, hitting Nair, but Densig's going to be too low to connect. Does catch that, not able to get too much more after side light. There's a stare on the boots. Waelpro in a bit of trouble. Gets recovery, still not enough. Waelpro lives another day, and the side light does take it.
Caster's curse,
It was
man.
close, but makes it.
You cursed him, man. He lost that stock there, losing that second stock. But once again, look at the lead that Pika's built up. But wait a minute.
After the
double
dodge,
D-Light
there
into
we
the
go.
stair, into the ground pound.
Big pace, and there's the ground pound.
Holy moly.
Did they get the recovery?
Waelpro still on the gas. Nice. Gets that little there.
Pika's
turning it around.
still alive, makes it back, like holding their own on the edge, really solid. And I think Waelpro going for a lot of stuff, like in this situation on the final stock. It's rather risky in that situation. Catches that.
No way.
Waelpro does make it back. Not
What
able to
was
get
that?
the ground pound to connect,
What?
and goes and Pika went for that ground pound and had no option. So that was a very risky play, but was already a bit damaged, so not too harmful. But of course, you always like to have an extra stock if you can.
No, that was like for like he went in like all or nothing with that. But Waelpro here, getting back to the action, racking up some nice damage onto Pika's last stock here, kind of bringing it back just a little bit. It's legit even. 9 damage difference between both players right now. But Pika gets a nice two-piece combo, goes for the side sig. Now controlling the stage, another side sig, doesn't connect. Side sig on now, over on the blasters. Nice, D-Light, Sair, sends him so far away.
Oh
my goodness.
See how he's going to behave on the edge.
Sair.
Into the dodge again! It's going to be enough!
And just
What
like
a
that,
turnaround!
tying up the set count. Wow, what an insane game that was, Jaguar. Oh my god.
Yeah, once the spear came really online and catching those dodges, that's what Spear's so effective at. Like, just keep reading and then kept reading that dodge to get that final KO.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely saw why this dust pick came out in this game number 2. The dust was really to test the waters, to see what Pikadagod is made of. Now that we're seeing them locked in on the dust, it's a whole different situation, but you still cannot count out Pika. I mean, Pika did amazing that game in order to keep it neck and neck, and it came down a last hit situation. It was just because of that bad dodge, like you mentioned, Jaguar, that Waelpro was able to get that game, and Waelpro capitalizing on that. Huge stuff coming in from him, and we have a tied upset situation. Anybody's game here, small one's end for game number 3.
Catches the dodge again of that ground pound on that gravity canceled attack. I mean, and so there is well spaced. We are showing Spear off again, and so really seems to be a lot more effective so far. And there's the NC to catch, controlling a lot of stage. Dare won't connect. Recovery does connect, keeping a juggle there. Side sig is not going to make it quite as far as needed. So right now you've got the light and light, and so. They're back to neutral a bit, but what a first stock for so far for Waelpro that Dare will take the stock.
Yeah,
but
one
still,
thing.
I'd be very happy if I was
What a haymaker coming in from Waelpro, man, tying that one up immediately. Says, you know what, man, you're getting no extra credit here today. Simple haymaker is all it takes in order to get the job done. But one thing I noticed from that game number 2, and especially now starting off in this game number 3, is Waelpro is able to get these dodges so easily. And it's something that Pika's going to have to be worried about. Going to have to be worried about how you dodge there just a little bit. Because, you know, Waelpro is going to be locked in on that. But right now, going back to the gameplay off stage, Waelpro was looking a little bit grim here for Waelpro. But he's able to snag by, pick up the orb. Shoots out the side sig, able to get some nice damage in. Tied up damage, 109, 109, but now, nice Sair. Lands with the Sair now. Edge guard in here, Pika. Pika makes it back. Nice down sig connects. Sends him so far away over on the left. Side sig, it's kind of cover that edge area. Now over on the blasters, we know what Pika can do over on his blasters. Punishing that, hopefully, no. He doesn't get the full punish out, but nice GCD light into recovery. Finally leading to the knockout here, Jaguar. And now Pika is looking great in this game number 3.
Right, Pika picking up boots now. So still very much damage. Another haymaker, and that will take the stock. And so once again, we are even going into the last stock. I suspect. Well, I guess it looks like Waelpro is going to be stuck on Orb. I suspect Waelpro did want to have spear, but now Waelpro does have spear, and Pika's still unarmed. Pokes with the end light. Just standing around, guarding a weapon. Just staying on that spear, which is serving so well so far. Not able to punish with the dare. Gets the side light, catches with the soft read. Catches again, not able to get the end sig off to connect for a read like that. But the side sig over on the Mega Man will connect. Dodges the dare. Waelpro in a good position. The dare will not connect. Does hit with Sarah.
Ooh! What a
good
nice
read there, but DC end sig takes it.
Holy moly, what a GC N-Sig, and just like I mentioned in that last game, you cannot be sleeping on those N-Sigs, man. They hit when you least expect it, and that was an ideal example of that N-Sig catching there. And just like that, Waelpro is going to be going up on this set here, and it seems like this pick has worked out. But once again, it seemed so neck and neck, but just Pika couldn't find the upper hand. And I mean, the dodges was one thing that you could be mindful of, but I mean, man, what do you think that Pikadagod is going to have to do in this game number 4 in order to bring this to game 5 here, Jaguar? What do you think?
Just really be mindful of space. Like, don't get hit by sidelight. Like, you didn't even have to be hard red. You got to be a lot of the soft reads working out well. And just if you don't get hit by spear sidelight, then if you don't get punished by that, then you're not going to have to deal with that issue of where do I dodge afterwards.
Right. Good stuff. I mean, really just comes down to spacing there. So Pika over on the boots to start off. This is definitely, I mean, we kind of established from these past games that we saw the potential of Pika's boots really. And now we're seeing it here. Nice 2-piece combo. Got to the recovery. That's it. Simple as that.
And that take it.
3-piece combo. Pika is taking the first stock. I mean, cold-blooded, man. That was legit just robbery.
Yeah, just took the recovery right away. So that was a really solid dare.
Yep.
Really solid dare. Like, one of the boots like could be really early at taking stocks, and so. We're gonna see like already pulling on the second stock now. We've got that, but finally able to answer with sidelight Serum there and this ground pound. Pika does make it back. There's a dare. Its recovery will connect. Throws the weapon to defense. There's sidelight Serum will not be enough. GC side sig doesn't do it. Punishes the side sig. D-Sig gets punished there with this there. This time staying away from it long enough
the GC
to make it happen.
Crazy.
And they're both exhausted, and they do get the
going low with a nice Sair.
And there's a Sair.
Huge Sair leads to the knockout, and just like that, Waelpro gonna be taking that stock out of there. But first stock only. Look at the lead that Pikadagod has built up right now. 127 damage on the second stock. It seems like Pika is in total control of this game. What a wonderful recovery, able to take that second stock out of there. And just like that, I mean, the lead is just going bigger and bigger for Pikadagod. It seems like we have a game 5 on our hands here, Jaguar.
Well, you have a whole number of stocks to get through. Of course, like Waelpro needs to. Waelpro would very much like to close it out right here, but right now it's looking a bit rough because it is a whole stock and change. But just like one read can take a whole stock, and then if you just avoid getting those KO blows or things like the N-Sig, you're going to be in good shape. There's a nice, and then the orb recovery, orb juggle. Not able to get too much more off, and there's the charge side sig to send far off. The dare does not connect. The recovery does. Another recovery, and that will take it. So we are going down to the last stock, 96 damage behind.
Yep, indeed. So definitely, I mean, Waelpro could definitely bring this one back up already. 54 damage done. All he needs is one of those again, and it's looking straight back in his favor. But Pikadagod answering back. Nice 2-piece combo. Going up with the recovery, but a nice, well-placed nair. Those nairs could honestly take you off at the top if you're not cautious, but a big side thing. And just like that, Jaguar, we got our game 5. Pikadagod
Game 5.
winning game 4. Holy moly.
Absolutely.
That was just such a roller coaster of a game. You saw that Waelpro, I mean, started off with kind of, I mean, just get gimped in that first stock. And it seemed like, I mean, right off the rip, it seemed like Pikadagod was just in the lead. And you saw that Waelpro just slowly but surely was trying to make it back and able to bring it to a last stock position. But honestly, I mean, that first stock was just so tragic the way it went out. It seemed like it was impossible from the start.
Well, no, you always have unfortunate. You always do have unfortunate stock. No one likes to have it that way, but I mean, we saw like in the match against Nick, like Nick keeping calm for a situation like that. This is what pros do.
Right. True.
What good players do. They keep calm in these situations because they know that anything can happen. It's not over till the last stock's taken.
Yep, and Pika's showing up huge right now. I mean, we gotta mention the seed difference. Seed 4 versus Seed 14. I mean, Pikadagod, if you check PR-wise, he isn't even... I think he's like maybe in the 200s, maybe 100.
219.
Yeah,
219. Only 3 tournaments.
Right, and then you're looking at a Game 5 position between Waelpro, who's seed 30-something. I mean, 30 to 40 around there, I believe.
57 PR.
Okay, I was kind of close, but still. Huge performance coming in from Pikadagod, showing up right now, going Game 5 against Waelpro. Waelpro, man, this is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, Waelpro is one of those players you would not be surprised if they made it to top 32 at BCX.
Right, 100%. And Waelpro here, I mean, he has a lot to prove. I mean, he's lost against Raid in that first match of today's stream. So he's looking to get a run back onto Raid, but he has to go through Pika here. He has to win this game number 5. Pika, on the other hand, has been making, I believe, an elimination run, if I'm not mistaken. So, does have a lot to prove. Like, same could be said for his case here, but getting back to the action, I mean, we're seeing Waelpro starting off huge with a huge damage lead. Over onto Pikadagod. Nice D-Live recov. Doesn't lead to the knock-on. I was looking for that exhaustion, but oh my goodness! They're fighting up in the heavens! Oh my goodness.
Flying up there.
Ooh, nice GCN light. Somehow able to get some nice damage, but a big snare does lead to the knockout. But, man, I mean, Pika did get some nice damage on to Waelpro. So, definitely, I mean, he could definitely be looking for a little bit more damage. Maybe a couple strings, perhaps, and then he's looking for the knockout here. But... you know Waelpro, he's not going to be going out with a 5. Nice double D-Light into the nair. Get some nice damage. 65 damage onto the second stock. Gonna have to get this knockout here quickly here, Pika, before Waelpro. Okay, finally. Nice dare into the weapon throw. Just like that here, Jaguar. Even stock count, but look at the nice damage lead that Waelpro has established already.
Yeah, absolutely. Waelpro solidly advantage. You're picking up, you'll have Spear again, and so gets the End Light. And like there, of course, Waelpro, if Waelpro can hit Side Light, there's a lot of good stuff that can happen on Spear. So that's, I think, really what looking for. Pogo's right now, not able to get the Sair, catches D-Light Sair.
Ooh, nice Pogo.
I know, going for the dare, that one hits. Going for another dare that didn't hit there, does make it back. Was trying to play all around there. Good dare. Drops the ground pound, will not connect.
Ooh, good attempt with the N-Sig. Ooh, now picks up the boots now. What found him success in the past couple of games and what built him so much damage, but he gets pogoed. And just like that, going down to his last stock right now. But still, all hopes are not lost just as yet. This is make it or break it here for both Pika and Waelpro. Can Pika take the second stock out of here quickly as can be?
Right. Right, so we got Spear again here on the for Waelpro, but right now blasters are disarms. So Waelpro on the edge, trying to see if any more damage built up there, like up to 32, which is all right. Of course, wants a lot more catch dodge, so that's there, but the air doesn't connect as the dodge comes back. And there is going very aggressively to try to extend.
Nice.
I don't think he touched, and so that Sair will be confirmed to take the stock. And so 94 damage fine, but anyone can win this.
Last stock situation, but you know that Pika, I mean, he has the kind of the stage control for the moment being. Now Waelpro now has the one with the stage control, but still, like you said, anybody's game. Last stock situation, both on kind of their favorite weapons here. Pika over onto Boots, Waelpro, over onto Orb, goes for the N-Sig, but nice punish from Waelpro. Now over onto the Spear, what found him success so much times in the past, gets the ground pound.
Won't be
looking
enough.
for the Pogo, sweat beats, Pika lives another day, hits, battle recovery, was looking for the catch, goes for the ground pound, but doesn't connect, was looking for the dodge read, but still, doesn't land. That Sair didn't come out fully here, but Pika still on the stage, looking to build up some damage here, while Waelpro looking for the knockout, looking for the dodge. Ooh, now picks up a blaster, but gets hit by the ground pound, and just like that, gets the knockout, and Pika is going to be going home, sadly, in a, I believe, 5th place spot, and Waelpro moving into our top 4. Wow.
Yeah, what a set. That was really something. Like I'm a Spear man. I really enjoyed like all the Spear play, and that set was really, really solid work. And then the this I think the Spear did outshine the Orb.
Yeah.
But really, really solid, catching on to a lot of what Pika, and Pika did a really good job against a Waelpro. Waelpro, the throw in the name does mean something, I guess. Really doing a good job forcing it to game 5 in a last stock situation.
Yep, love to see those close games. I mean, even though you saw that Waelpro at the end, I mean, had such, I mean, an amazing lead, and then was able to get that knockout with, I believe, a ground pound. I mean, just amazing stuff coming in from Waelpro. Amazing performance coming in from Pikadagod. I mean, like I mentioned, the PR difference between both of them, he put up such an outing here today, but going home in a 5th place spot, you can't be mad with that. Amazing performance, great stuff from him.